All right, our next guest is known for her roles in HBO's hit series True Blood and for the character Rogue in the X-Men series. She also is an Academy Award winner for her performance in The Piano. Now Anna Paquin is taking on a new role as Detective Annie Ryder in the new show Bellevue. Let's take a look at a clip.
It's Jesse.
Took work. Paint still fresh.
It's a message. Religious figure beckoning towards the side that's male. Could be the person who put it here did something to Jesse, saw something.
Say, process it and get it out of here.
It's from the nativity scene. Trans versus religion.
Jesse religious?
Maybe caught in the middle.
Who's Jesse? Can you find him? Joining us now live from Los Angeles is Anna Paquin, and we should mention she is also the executive producer of Bellevue. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
It's our pleasure. You know, I was picking up a Clarice Starling vibe there, the agent or the detective on the trail of the mystery, kind of ominous tones and whatnot. Tell us all about Bellevue and what attracted you to the project.
Well, Bellevue is set in a small town. My character, Annie Ryder, is a rather unconventional police detective, and we are solving the case of a missing transgender teenager from the community who also happens to be the star of the local hockey team. The teenager goes missing on the anniversary of my character's father's death 20 years earlier. He was the police chief, and after he was unable to solve the murder of a young girl in the community then, he ended up basically being sort of driven crazy by it and taking his own life. And that case never having been solved, and this sort of ominous timing for Annie and some sudden reappearances of figures from her past makes her believe that there is some connection between Jesse, the missing teenager, and the murdered teenager from 20 years ago. So we're kind of solving these two equally upsetting and creepy and mysterious crimes sort of at the same time.
How do you make a show, as an executive producer, how do you make a show stand out in what is an ever-growing field or crop of shows during peak TV across multiple platforms?
Well, I think that you start with good material, and Jane Maggs, who's our writer on this, is incredibly smart and has written some fantastic, tightly woven, intricate drama with interesting characters. And then it's, you know, having people who share your vision. And so Adrian Mitchell, who is our main director and co-creator and also executive producer, and Jane and I kind of all being on the same page as far as what kind of show we want to make. And then I think it's bringing as much equal passion to the table as you possibly can, and finding people who really, really want to tell that story with you, because I think that shows on screen. You know, people who really care about what they're doing in the creative fields. I do feel like that makes for more compelling television. And we had an amazing casting crew. Everyone worked so hard. We all sweat, you know, blood and tears for it, and I think that shows.
You know, you won an Academy Award at an early age, a young age. You've grown up in the business, as it were.
Yes.
And we get to this moment in time where the rules are completely changing. Women are coming to the fore. They're, you know, the equal pay thing and more power and that sort of thing. On this show, we've talked about putting Ashley Judd and Mira Sorvino together in a movie and watch the profits come rolling in. What have you noticed about the change in the conversation, if there has been change, out there in the 30-mile zone out in Hollywood? More female-centric and female-powered projects in the offing?
Well, I think it's a little too soon for that kind of observation to really be made. I think that people being really aware in a sort of public media way of trends that have previously been, and let's face it, not just the entertainment business, and all businesses and all communities. You know, I think it's a little too soon to see real change. I know that there's a lot of passion, a lot of intention. I know that, you know, when you go into meetings, if you're the only woman in the room, sometimes people are a little more careful about what they say to you. But I think it's a little too soon to see real concrete evidence that it's not just a moment in time, but an actual tide of change.
Okay, excellent. Thank you so much for the time this morning, Anna. I wish we had more time to speak.
Thank you.
Okay, good luck with Bellevue.